Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Food, Wine, and Whiskey in Your Own Backyard. I am Rob, your host, and Dave Scott back with me. How you doing, Dave?
Doing well. How's everything been?
We're going to have a fun conversation today.
All right.
Talking
Looking forward
wieners. Talking wieners.
Oh, that's always a good topic.
Yeah. No ladies are here.
That's right.
Already-
Sausage fest.
Already off to a bad start. All right. Well, the title of the episode gave it away, but we are talking hot dogs today, and you know I'm going to give my wife the credit because this is where it's due. She came up with this topic, and she said, you need to do a show on the hot dog. She goes, we're in the summertime, and she said, hamburgers at a cookout, pizzas at a cookout. Grilling chicken or chicken sandwich is very popular. All these things are very popular foods. She goes, hot dog gets no love, and you need to, we like a hot dog every once in a while and doing what we call a hot dog bar with friends coming over and setting it up. And I went, that's a great idea. The hot dog doesn't get enough love, and we need to talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's never a point of discussion when we're thinking about what we're going to do for the weekend or a weeknight dinner. Hot dog never comes up.
Never comes up. I think we were talking about this earlier. There's three times or places where I think the hot dog is king. And if you're not in that place or during that time, it's just an afterthought.
Right.
And that was at a stadium, a sports stadium. Usually you think about baseball.
Gotta have a dog.
Yeah, gotta have a dog and a beer.
Yep.
And I think any sports stadium, if you're at a football game or something, I don't know why that is. They offer hamburgers, but when you go to a sports stadium, you're like, I want a hot dog.
Yep.
It just kind of, is it nostalgic?
I think it's just tradition.
Tradition, okay.
And I think, ease of serving and ease of being able to eat it in your chair with 50,000 people.
Absolutely.
You don't need elbow room. You just, no fork, no knife. So
burgers can get a little messy.
Yeah.
But you're right. A hot dog is pretty easy to eat. 4th of July.
Yeah,
I think,
absolutely.
burgers are still king, but when you think 4th of July, you got to have a hot dog in there on the menu.
Yep.
Available if somebody wants one because, apple pie, burgers, and hot dogs, fireworks scream 4th of July.
Yes.
Okay.
Totally agree.
And then the other one I mentioned to you that I think if you're a golfer, you make the turn at a golf course, you're getting a hot dog.
Yeah.
If you're hungry, you don't go in and order a burger or a wrap. You're going, give me a hot dog. I want a hot dog for the turn.
Yeah. And again, I think it's ease of, just the ease of fixing it and eating it.
Yeah.
Only really requires one hand, pump the mustard bin or whatever to prepare it, and off you go.
Now that gets me to the point. Is that all a hot dog is? Is it just a filler? Is it just I think about people who go, hey, I'm going to have a cookout. We're going to do some burgers. We'll probably have some burgers and hot dogs. Hot dogs is kind of, I'll have some hot dogs. And if you eat a burger and you're not full, eat a hot dog. It's never the star of the cookout.
No, definitely. And if you're doing a cookout and you know that there are kids are going to be there, you always just kind of relegate the hot dog to the kids.
Do you remember being a kid, obviously? I loved a hot dog back then. How the hell did I grow out of that?
I don't know. I still love a hot dog,
Me
but
too.
it just doesn't come to the forefront of my mind when I'm thinking about what meal I want to eat. A hot dog? No.
And I need to do a better job of that because I think a hot dog can be really, really good.
Yes, definitely.
And here's what I want to tie into the category of hot dog. It's any kind of linked meat on a bun. I think, if you looked at Wikipedia, that's what it says, and I would agree with that. So if you're into, Italian sausage, if you're into a bratwurst or something like that, if you want to take some ground beef, roll it up and put it in some casing and call it a burger dog, I think you're okay to do that. Would you agree that that's kind of, in America, we think hot dog is this certain kind of, and we'll get into in a minute why people might not like hot dogs.
Yeah.
But I think around the world, most cultures have this kind of food, in a sliced piece of bread that opens, and then you put this linked type of meat in it. So we're going to, the category will be for all of those kind of things.
Okay. So you're like a bratwurst.
I think so.
You're throwing in there the same category.
Yeah, I know in England when they make the turn at a golf
Bangers.
course. Yeah, well, they have it's a sausage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't have a hot dog, what
No,
we
it's-
call it traditionally a hot dog.
Right.
But it's still that kind of a vessel and linked meat in a bun that you eat. And I think so. A lot of cultures have it similar, but here in the States, we just go. When you think hot dog, you think one kind of thing.
Right.
So I think we're going to include all of those. But here in the States, to me, hot dog has gotten a bad rap for our generation from we're in our 50s, early 50s, from when we were growing up, because it was thought to be, whatever you want to,
Scrap.
leftovers. Yeah. When they're doing the processing of these animals, it's the leftovers.
Yeah. Because I can remember when I was a kid that a study came out where they actually analyzed hot dogs off the shelf.
Oh, really?
Broke them down to see what was actually in, and the percentage of hot dogs that had rodent hair in them.
Oh, I hope you're like, there was none.
Oh no, it was high percentage. Just because they're using everything that's left over, the scraps that, So
It's not that way anymore, people.
no, they're a little higher standards now.
The FDA has a little.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and that was why I think a lot of people didn't eat hot dogs back in the day, because it was always said.
Yeah, I mean, you're not getting a quality meat inside that tube.
No. Okay. I guess that's why they said give it to the kids. Let them eat it. Yeah. They're young enough; they can process that. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was interesting to me that hot dogs also came from Germany. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I thought it was an American thing where hot dogs came from, but I think our version of it came from here. But I think somebody saw the version over there, and
yeah, I guess it makes sense. Never really thought about it, but they used to be called Frankfurters when I was.
Yeah, exactly.
So there you go.
And we still call them Franks.
Yep.
Franks is something you see a lot on on hot dog packages.
Yeah,
and
so
stuff.
that makes sense. Frankfurt, Germany.
So did a little research on that to find that out. I was wondering where they came from officially. I kind of always thought that they got credit for
where
it,
they originated.
But that's actually where they came from. To me, there's 3 ways you can cook a hot dog. I usually only will do 2 of them. I'll either boil or I'll grill. I know some people steam, don't they? Am I thinking about that right?
Yeah. If I'm really lazy, I just throw them on a plate and put them in the microwave.
A little slit down the length of it with a butter knife or something.
Yeah, either that or till the skin starts to bubble in the microwave.
It's done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you eat a hot dog right out of the pack? Is it already cooked?
It is already cooked, and I did it as a kid, but I'm not
Wouldn't do it
doing
again?
No.
All right.
I've moved up a level or two.
You've grown up a little bit.
I like my food warm.
Your favorite way to cook a hot dog? Is it grilling?
I think grilling. Yeah, you get a little char on the skin. Yeah,
Totally agree.
Grill or flat top so that you're getting a little bit of a char on the outside.
Flat top would be good too. I've never cooked them on a hot dog. On a flat top, but I can think kind of like a sausage link or something that would cook really nice on there. Get some blistering going on.
Yep.
All right. Let's get into.
I have never bought into the boiling hot dogs.
It's pretty good.
I know, but I just never appealed to me. So
Maybe we should sous vide them, and then finish them on the grill.
yeah,
When you think hot dog, in America, there's certain cities that have a reputation for hot dog. I think it's 3 of them.
Chicago.
Yep.
New York.
Yep. And for me, one more.
Let's hear it.
Detroit.
Okay.
I think they're pretty famous for hot dogs.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. There's one place I've had a hot dog on the West Coast that I thought was absolutely fantastic, and it's very well thought of and very popular. Have you heard of Pink's out in L.A.?
Nope.
Yeah, Pink's hot dogs out in L.A. Fantastic. Now, I don't think they have the tradition of places in New York and Detroit and we're going to really say Chicago and New York are really the 2 most famous places for hot dogs.
Yep.
I think hot dogs get a bad rap. We're having this podcast again because I think hot dogs should, and I need to do a better job of making them the star of a backyard cookout or something. I mean, I think they're versatile.
Yep.
They're very, very versatile.
I mean, you can make them fancy.
You can make them fancy. I mean, I mentioned it when we first started that I've done in the past, like at a Super Bowl party get together, where we'll set up a hot dog bar.
Yep.
You know, where you just got the buns and the dogs, and then you put out all the toppings and condiments and everything that you want, and everybody can build what they want. And what I like is typically I can eat at least 2 dogs. So I'm getting 2 variations. You give me a big burger, I'm probably done with 1 burger. So whatever I get and the toppings I choose, that's probably it.
You're set.
I'm done. Hot dog, now I can go 2 different ways.
Right.
And sometimes that's appealing.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep. Yeah, I would agree because I like my hot dogs several different ways. You know, I mean, you're going to go cheese coney, chili, cheese, onions, like in Coney Island, or are you going to go Chicago sport dog with sport peppers, you know, some celery salt, just completely different.
Celery salt. So we put out on our Facebook group, Food, Wine, and Whiskey. If you're not a member, go find us on Facebook and join. We put on there, you know, a little thing about what's your favorite toppings on a hot dog. And celery salt was something I've never had on a hot dog, but you've mentioned it now, and I saw it 2 or 3 people put that they love celery salt on a hot dog.
Yep.
Never heard of that.
Because that's typical on a Chicago dog when they put the sport peppers, I'm trying to tomato, some sliced tomato. Just they do their dogs completely different. But
isn't a big pickle too go on there? Or am I thinking of something else?
No, I think not a pickle because they tend to put that crazy neon green pickle relish on that's a little sweet, and I'm definitely not a fan of that. I like, if I'm going to have relish, it needs to be dill relish, but yeah, they've got that funky green relish that they tend to put on the Chicago dogs. So
okay, so yeah, you're right. And I didn't even. It's on a poppy seed bun.
Yep.
It's all beef.
Yep.
It's got to have yellow mustard, white diced onions, the bright green sweet pickle relish. A dill pickle spear is on there. Okay. I thought it was.
All right.
And tomato slices or wedges.
Yeah, tomato slices,
and then a dash of celery salt.
So the way that I've seen it is minus the dill pickle spear and with sport peppers, which you don't see them a whole lot down here in Texas. I've looked for them at the grocery store to kind of try to duplicate that hot dog, but
here's something I didn't know. You know, when we think about Texas, when you come down here, when I moved here years ago, if you went to a burger place and if you said all the way, you want that all the way, it meant something.
Yeah.
I had no idea in Chicago, if you order a hot dog and you want it Chicago style, they call it drag through the garden. So, you know, give me a hot dog drag through the garden.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so much going on with the pickles, the tomatoes.
Right.
You just say drag it through the garden.
Right.
Boom.
Yep, definitely makes sense.
It for you. Yeah.
Yep.
So what's the difference between a Chicago dog and a New York style hot dog? Besides the dirty water that they're boiled in New York.
Yeah. That, man, I don't know about you, but I've never done it. Never had the street dog, and I know
you never have.
No, I just because they do the same thing in New Orleans and in the Quarter, in the French Quarter, and those guys push around those hot dog carts all day long, and I'm like, geez, how long is that dirty water? No, I just can't buy in.
Well, that's flavor building up. that's flavor water.
Layers of flavor.
Yeah. I'm curious. I've had those dogs up there, and I wasn't disappointed. I didn't take a bite and throw it away. I ate it. It was pretty good.
I'm sure they're delicious. Food safety and all, I just can't bring myself to do it.
I figure if you have that dog and chase it with some alcohol, the alcohol will kill what's ever in the dog.
Probably a good idea.
I don't know what's typically, what is, we kind of know that Chicago toppings. I don't have any idea what's on a New York.
Me either.
John Fodor in our group, he's up in the New Jersey, New York area, and he's on the Food, Wine, and Whiskey Facebook group. He mentioned soubrette onions, and I had no idea what that was. I looked it up, and it's a very popular topping on hot dogs. And in Germany, it's something that's commonly, it's onions cooked in a tomato sauce that goes right on your. I mean, I guess it's the German version of ketchup. So ketchup is okay on a hot dog.
No.
Are you of the school that ketchup can't be on a hot dog?
It's not going on my hot dog.
You're the wrong person to ask.
Yeah, I'm not a ketchup fan, but I would never put ketchup on a hot dog.
Okay, so I did some research on this. Tell me why. Why is that taboo? Why do you think most people think that's taboo? Because I looked it up and I found out why this comes from Chicago. Because when you look at the Chicago dog, there's no ketchup. And there's a reason they say no ketchup on a hot dog in Chicago.
Yeah, other than ketchup being gross, I have no idea why it.
You're probably the wrong guy to ask.
Yep.
You don't want ketchup on your hamburger.
No.
You don't want ketchup on your French fries.
Correct.
So yeah, let's call a friend.
Yeah. You better phone in somebody else to.
Well, here's what people in Chicago said why they don't put ketchup. And I think, America has just jumped into this no ketchup on a hot dog, but they don't know why.
Yeah.
They don't know why no ketchup. They just you can't put ketchup on a hot dog. Why not? I actually like ketchup and mustard on a hot dog. I like ketchup and mustard on my burger. So people go, you get burger. Why? Why can't I put ketchup? Well, I tried to look into it and go, why is that such a thing? Why do people have these feelings about it? The reason is, Chicagoans say because they put a sweet relish and there's sugar in that sweet relish, ketchup also has sugar. Makes sense.
Yep.
It said it brings too much sweetness. So they do the sweet relish offset by the dill pickle, and that's what kind of balances that sweet and sour kind of.
And the mustard a little more.
And the mustard a little more.
Yep.
Yep. And so I went, okay, that makes sense. I get that. But it doesn't mean you can't put, if you want a dill relish, then you can put some ketchup maybe.
Do it your way.
You're just a ketchup hater,
Never
man.
going to do it, but
Okay.
you eat it the way you like it.
I'll eat the right
Mine
way.
will be ketchup free.
What are give me your top 3 toppings for a hot dog?
Man, that's difficult.
Can you go 5?
Oh yeah. I mean, my standard dog, if I'm just
give me the Tuesday for lunch. I need to make something quick. How you building that hot dog, and then build me up to, if I got time to really think about it and put together a good dog, here's how I'm making it.
All right. So I would just start with a steamed bun. Got to have a softened steamed bun.
Okay.
Hot dog. It's got to be good quality hot dog.
We'll talk about that in a second.
Yep. I'm putting mustard, white onion, chopped white onion or chopped red onion. I prefer the white onion, and grated cheddar cheese, yellow cheddar cheese.
Always cheese on a hot dog?
That's the way I like it.
Okay. All right. I'm with cheese on a hot dog. Not completely to where you are with ketchup.
Yeah.
There's a place for it on a certain type of hot dog, but not typically I don't like cheese on a hot dog.
Really?
So,
Yeah.
so that's your just kind of get me through lunch kind of hot dog.
Yep.
Okay, build up from there.
So if I'm going to go fancy, then
Give me 2 or 3 ones that you like, variations.
I like a jar of jardiniere.
Okay. You like spice.
Spicy jardiniere to put on there. But still, I'm still pretty standard. Mustard, I'm not going to add mayonnaise or ketchup. But if I'm going to take time, it's going to be mustard, chili, white onions, cheese. That would be a little more stepped up. But it's hard to find all the ingredients to make a Chicago style. I really love the Chicago style dog with the poppy seed bun, the sport peppers.
Sport peppers are pretty good.
Yeah. Yep. Again, I like to add a little bit of spice to it. So,
is there any other kind of dog you like?
I'll
give you a couple of mine. Maybe it'll get you.
All right.
So I spent a year in Korea in the military, and over there, their hot dog is that you go down into the village this is in the early 90s. What was very popular and very good what was called a slaw dog. So it was just a very good steamed bun. I I don't know what kind of hot dog.
Dog.
Yeah,
cat,
I mean,
you know.
and a really good kind of, and I know this isn't up your alley, but creamy coleslaw. And they would put this on the bun. You drizzle a little mustard on top, and done.
Yeah,
And they called it a slaw dog. So we would go down, on the weekends and stuff. Let's go down to the village, get some slaw dogs, go have some beers or something.
I can see how that could get down with that. I mean, I like creamy coleslaw on my pulled pork.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Sandwiches. So
okay,
yeah, I'm not against that.
Okay,
Yeah,
that was one of my favorites.
And I also love sauerkraut on a hot dog.
Bingo.
I mean, bam.
That was the other one I was going to mention. Was I really enjoy sauerkraut, and again mustard.
It's got to have mustard.
No ketchup on those, obviously.
And I like to experiment a little bit with the mustard. Not always yellow French's.
A brown spicy.
Yep, brown spicy, a Dijon. Yep. Same, or whole seed, country style mustard on there.
Yeah.
So add a little texture and.
How do you feel about wrapping a hot dog in bacon? Have you ever done it?
Never done it.
Neither have I.
It looks like it would be cool, but mainly because when I see people do it, they drop it in a deep
fryer. Yeah,
just because that. Otherwise, you're trying to cook it on a flat top or a grill. That bacon doesn't cook quick enough and starts to unwind off the dog. It just turns into.
To me, if I'm going to do that, I've got to cook the bacon in the oven, probably on a cookie sheet for about 25 minutes.
Yeah,
where it's still kind of cooked. Yep. Yeah. So that way, timing wise,
right.
Then I can throw that on a grill and let it finish, and it cooks the hot dog and finishes that bacon.
Yeah,
never done it, but I'm not opposed to it.
No, I definitely would like to give it a try.
We may have to put that on the list.
Yeah,
because bacon goes with everything.
Absolutely,
bacon
makes it better.
The only thing I have never thought of as a good topping, and I think I mentioned this to you today, and I'm thinking about it, Dave. Can't find a scenario where an egg would go on a hot dog. I told you today, I don't know if there's any food that an egg does to make it better, but hot dog might be that one food.
Yeah,
we were talking about burgers, and I said, man, I can't think of a burger that I would go.
Yeah,
I wouldn't put an egg on that. It wouldn't be better with an egg.
Yeah.
Every burger would be better with an egg. Not sure I'd ever put a hot dog.
I don't think so.
An egg on a hot dog.
I don't think so either.
Chili cheese dogs are one of my favorite. I
Same.
mean, and chili's a condiment.
Yep.
Everybody in Texas knows that. They make chili cheese in a bowl and eat it without putting it on a hot dog sometimes. But proper chili would have beans in it. The condiment that goes on a hot dog has no beans. Yeah. Where do you fall on that? Bean guy?
I'm all for having beans in your chili.
Good man, Dave. Good man. He's a Texan too.
Yeah. I mean, it's
filler.
Yeah.
It's weird on the.
I'm not mad at beans and chili.
I like beans. I just always
my chili has beans in it, but
do you make chili with beans?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when you make it for a hot dog, you don't put beans in it.
No, it's definitely no beans. It's more chili sauce.
It's a condiment.
Yes. On a dog.
I'm glad we've settled that once and for all.
No beans on my hot dog. Maybe beans as a side item to go with my hot dog.
So
here's a cookout.
On our Facebook group, a lady replied that she loved baked beans on her hot dog.
On the dog?
On the dog.
Not accompanying.
Not accompanying the dog. Not as a side. On the dog with diced onions. And I went,
that's weird.
That's weird, isn't it?
Yeah. That's a little strange. I'm not putting baked beans on my hot dog.
Purple onion?
Absolutely. It's got to have, for me, it's got to have raw onion, and I don't discriminate between purple, white, sweet Texas 1015s. It doesn't matter. I have to have raw onion on my dog.
Okay, let me ask you this. How important is the bun to you? Because you can go to the grocery store, and you can buy a bun, a pack of 8 for $1.
Yep.
Or you can buy a pack of 8 for $4. And which are you in the middle, or are you at one end?
I typically just buy the standard 8 for $1.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, I'm kind of a hypocrite here, because when I make a hamburger, the bun is extremely important to how much I'm going to enjoy that burger.
I agree, but I
hot
think it's
dog-
way more important in a burger because it needs to be able to stand up to the juiciness of the burger. You don't want to be 2 bites in and your bun falling apart.
I totally agree with that.
Hot dog, I mean,
And when you talk about, sauces and tomatoes and grease from the burger,
right.
to your point of holding up, that's why we toast our buns to kind of give it that layer of.
Yep.
That's a great point because, when I think about a hot dog bun, to your point, I like it steamed or just warmed up, softened a little bit.
Right.
But other than that, it's just something for me to hold and eat. The hot dog and the toppings are really the star there. I've never had a hot dog and thought the bread made that thing.
No.
It's always the hot dog.
Absolutely.
Okay. Because that's one thing where, we talk about sandwiches, we talk about, even tacos, tortillas, everything makes a difference. But to me, the hot dog bun, who gives a crap?
Right. I agree.
It's just
and that's not saying that a better quality or a flavored type bun might add to it, but it's not going to be the make or break deal on a hot dog.
Somebody tell us, and I'll go try it and see if it makes a difference. I mean, we're food guys. We like to eat really good food, and if it makes it better, I'd like to know.
I mean, I've tried the Hawaiian roll hot dog buns. I mean, yeah, they're good. But
what I don't want to have is a bun that takes away from me enjoying the hot dog.
Agreed.
Where it's weird because on a hamburger, the bun complements and they work together. To me, again, I said it a second ago, the hot dog is just so I can hold it and eat that hot dog with the toppings on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Without getting your hands all messy.
So we're in a society today, Dave, where everything's about quality.
Yep.
We know where everything comes from. So we were talking earlier about, the crap that went into hot dogs when we were no longer the case. I mean, they're still out there. But my point would be back in the day, I think that was the only hot dog you could get.
Right.
Where today, you and I, and I don't even think surprisingly, we agreed on there's only two really, for us, and I know we have a friend here in this area, Ryan Carr from Buffalo, who's going to disagree, but I've never had the hot dogs that he likes. But for me right now, 2 standards for quality hot dogs. And
that you can get at the grocery store.
Nationwide.
They're always there. And it's Nathan's, all beef, or Hebrew National.
Yep.
Yeah. That's it. I mean, I can remember the first time.
Wait. You don't want to plump when you cook it?
No.
You don't want it to plump?
Decker dog? No. No. Yeah, that's
What about the bun wings? They got bun wings.
Yeah, and that's what's gotten so crappy about hot dogs is that they have shrunk over the years. They've gotten shorter and skinnier. And so now they upcharge you to get a plumper dog or a bun length dog, and that's a bunch of crap.
I agree.
I mean, so it's like and is it so do the buns, does it come 8 or does it come 10 to a pack?
8.
Okay, because that always used to piss me off because a package of hot dogs has 8 in it.
Some have 10. Some have 10. Yeah.
Some have. Yeah. So one way or the other, you were forced to buy more dogs to match your buns, or more buns to match your quantity of dogs.
And that's a great point.
Let's have some standardization. Match the buns to the dogs in count and size.
That's a great point.
But, because now, I mean, even Nathan's, you go to the grocery store, and I used to just go and grab 1 pack of Nathan's. Now there are like 5 different packs of Nathan's, skinless, bun length, ballpark size. It's just like, come on.
Yeah. Yeah. I think what frustrates me is like Hebrew National. They put 7 hot dogs in each pack.
Yeah.
They know, to your point,
Yep.
there's 8 buns in a pack of buns.
Yep.
They put 7.
Yeah.
What does that force me to do?
Yeah. Throw away a bun, or
Probably going to buy another pack
pack of hot dogs.
or 2.
Yeah. So maybe it's smart on their part.
Yeah, maybe they are.
But yeah, we need some standardization.
What's a topping? Have you ever seen somebody put something on a hot dog, a topping that you go, besides ketchup, because we know how we kind of got that. We understand how you feel about ketchup. Another topping that you go that doesn't go on a hot dog.
Mayonnaise.
Oh, I have seen people put mayonnaise on a hot dog.
I don't see. I mean,
Yeah, but we're hitting another condiment that
that I'm not a fan
of. Is there a condiment that you're a fan of that shouldn't go on a hot dog? Is everything else fair game?
No, I think everything else is fair game. I'm not a fan of sweet pickle relish, so that would never find its way onto
a hot dog
onto
for you.
my hot dog. I mean, I like dill pickle relish.
Same here.
But even then, I'm not a pickle on my hot dog kind of fan. So for me, it's onions, peppers, mustard. Yeah. So
if you were
Not a
making
relish.
a gourmet dog, it's what you said before. There's no other topping that you would put on there that we're thinking that we're missing.
Oh, I'm sure there are.
I'm trying to think. What
there's
would be?
there's a place here in Houston that.
Talk about that place.
So-
Let's talk about that place in a second because I wanted to mention, man, I'm disappointed. We're in Houston, Texas, one of the bigger cities in the States. And, there's a few James Coney Islands. You go to West.
They've all shut down now.
Most of them.
Yeah.
You go to the west part of Texas when I used to live in El Paso, and they had Wiener Schnitzel. Yeah.
Yep, there are a couple in Houston, but
Other than that, there's no really
no
good,
chain.
Yeah, no good, even not a chain, but a good hot dog restaurant that I know of. You're going to mention one place that's kind of a hot spot, but it's kind of a pop-up. But you also mentioned there's a new place that just opened up out here in Katy.
Yeah.
But I don't know why that is, that hot dogs just aren't.
Because I think for the same reason that you and I started this conversation is hot dogs get pushed back to the back. And I mean,
we're on a mission here.
Yeah, you can churn out some damn good dogs.
You can.
But I just think typically we've all been brainwashed into hamburger, pizza.
Yeah, but if you or I go to Chicago or New York,
I'm getting a hot dog for sure.
So why does that change? Why all of a sudden is
Houston,
it so
Texas?
Good? Yeah, I don't understand.
Hot dog. Yeah.
But anyway, I just thought that was strange that you don't see in bigger markets the hot dog kind of having its place. A restaurant that just makes some badass hot dogs. They just don't exist.
Right.
I am excited that you mentioned to me, and I remember hearing about. Are you going to talk about the place here in Katy, or are you going to to talk about your man who pushes the cart?
Well, I haven't been to the Katy place. I just know that it opened, called Not My Dog, I think.
Yeah.
But
it's supposed to be really good.
Yep. But the place in Rice Village here in Houston, Yo-Yo's Hot Dogs. And, I mean, dude found a niche.
Tell people who are listening, this guy's hours of operation.
So like I said, he found a niche in the club areas, college campus, Rice University right down there, St. Thomas University. He started a hot dog cart serving Nathan's hot dogs, but they're all jazzed up. But his hours, he opens at 8 p.m. on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and he goes from 8 p.m. to 4 a.m. So he gets
till 4 a.m.?
To 4 a.m. So he gets the...
Holy cow.
You can't even call it early dinner crowd, but pre-clubbing or pre-game dinner crowd, and it's a cart. No seating. You grab them and you go.
You get in a line and
off you go. And there is always a line. And then, the after club or after partying group that, starving.
Yeah.
Needs a fix.
Hey, so hot dogs, good choice.
And his have all kinds of crazy toppings on it. I mean, he's got a cream cheese spread that goes on the bun.
Will you eat that?
Absolutely. Before the dog goes into it.
Cream cheese before mayo.
Yeah. Yeah.
People are listening going, wait. Cream cheese on a hot dog.
And
apparently it works.
Yeah. And then he's got the Nathan's dog, and it's got several other toppings. I've had one ever. So, and it was memorable, but it's got a fried crispy onions, crunchy topping on top of it with a spicy, it's like a sriracha mayo.
Okay. That's up my alley.
And I would eat that all day. I mean, regular mayo, no, but
some spice in it that changes it up.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, but from 8 p.m. to 4 a.m. Friday or Thursday, Friday, Saturday, you can get you a yo-yo
badass hot dog.
Yep.
I need to go and check out that hot dog place here in Katy because I'd like to see. Hopefully, he's doing a good job and it's really good hot dogs. I think I've heard you or somebody else say you've heard people say it's really good.
I've read that people that go there gets really, really good reviews. So
yeah, I think we need to get on a mission of making the hot dog come back, man. It needs to make it come back and be popular again because I think I'm missing out on some really good hot dogs that we could be making. Here's a question for you: what's your favorite way to eat a hot dog, not in a bun?
Well,
I have mine.
So not in a hot dog bun?
Not in a bun.
Not in a bun. Okay.
Not wrapped in bread.
Okay. Well,
I put the pressure on.
Yeah, you did because Memorial Park Golf Course here in Houston.
Yeah.
What's the franchise burger place that is there?
It's a franchise?
Yeah.
Nationwide or just in Texas?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
But they serve at the turn. You can get a hot dog, and theirs is 2 hot dogs split, butterflied, fried on the flat top on a hamburger bun.
Yep.
With you can get
whatever toppings you want,
sauerkraut, whatever. Yeah. But
there's
without a bun at all, man, I don't. Same thing on a plate with everything I like piled on top of it.
Carb free.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm going nostalgic here because growing up back in the day, nothing like, cooking in the microwave, a couple hot dogs, just dice those bad boys up into, half-inch pieces, cook you a big box of blue box mac and cheese.
Original Kraft mac and cheese.
Dump that meat in that pasta. And that's a meal to remember.
Absolutely.
So if I'm eating a hot dog without a bun, I'm grabbing a box of blue box mac and cheese.
That's go wrong.
My favorite way. But you mentioned the hamburger bun. There's a very popular. It's actually been on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, and some other food network type of shows called. It's a taco place in El Paso. Gosh dang it, I can't think of it now. People are going to tell me, what the hell? You can. But anyway, they make the same hot dog. The only way they make a hot dog is on a hamburger. Butterflied. 2 hot dogs, cooked, butterflied, and put on a hamburger bun, and then whatever toppings you want on it. So, man, I can't think of that taco place, but very, very popular in El Paso.
Taco place that does
hot dogs. Can you believe that? And trying to remember if they do a hamburger. I got to think they do, but I don't ever remember a hamburger there. I think it's just a hot dog if I'm remembering right.
Yeah.
People are going, what do you mean? You can't even remember if the name of the place. How are you going to tell us if it's if they do a hamburger or not?
Yep.
What, besides a hot dog, what's your other, you have a favorite linked meat? I used to eat a ton of linked meats, bratwurst especially.
Yeah.
I haven't done that much anymore growing up. I don't know why I've gotten out of that. Is it it's not any, I don't think it's any worse for you than a hamburger.
No.
I don't know why I don't eat because I used to boil my brats in beer.
In beer.
Oh,
absolutely.
Yeah. And then throw them on the grill.
Yep.
And then, getting your onions and peppers on a brat.
Yep. So I would do it the other way. I would grill them, pull them off the grill, and then drop them in a pan of beer to let them soak.
Yeah.
While getting everything else ready. Yeah. I don't know why I've moved away from that because, man, I
used to love that
Still
stuff.
do.
I think I still do.
Yeah. Just don't think about it. We've been brainwashed into thinking that, hamburger, chicken, pizza, that's what's for dinner, not.
Yeah. Well, we've even talked about pizza because I think a lot of times people, we don't need to get off on pizza, but they think it's a filler food.
Yeah.
And pizza can be really good. I think hot dog's kind of in that category. People think it's just a filler food, something quick and easy, but it can be, I think hot dogs can be really, really good for dinner. Favorite sides with a hot dog, minus French fries, because most people are going to go, well, like a hamburger, it's French fries.
I don't know. Pretty easy. Standard bag of chips. I really like to eat Cheetos, original crunchy Cheetos with my hamburgers. I mean, with my hot dogs.
Okay.
But sides, man, corn salad, some type of, typical picnic fare.
Corn salad. Is this the same corn salad we had with the pastrami last week?
It is.
Okay, that's a pretty good freaking salad.
Yeah.
Yeah, to me, with a hot dog, I think it's the sides are very similar to a hamburger.
Yeah. Yep.
French fries obviously are going to be
Right.
king, or any kind of fried potato, whether you like, tater tots or whatever.
Right.
I do like making with hamburgers and hot dogs homemade potato chips. A lot of people think that's hard to do. To me, it's pretty easy, and I think they're very tasty with a hot dog.
Yeah.
I've even seen people take homemade potato chips, or even just regular Lay's, put them in a bag and crunch them up and put them on the hot dog.
On the hot dog.
On the hot dog. Which, now that I'm remembering that's pretty tasty. I've done that a couple of times. I haven't talked about that, but that's pretty tasty.
Yep.
But yeah, I think sides are just basically what you go with. There's no unique side. I think baked beans go pretty good with a hot dog.
Yes.
Where I'm not a baked beans guy with a hamburger.
Neither am I.
I'm not even a baked beans guy. I know it's very popular with barbecue.
No.
But the hot dog, it's pretty good. Potato salad's always a winner.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of potato salad.
Yep.
But I think hot dogs are very underrated, especially this time of year. When you're talking about summertime, cooking out back, if you got a swimming pool and you want something easy to just, have something that can be good and you can be creative with, but also, relatively easy, meaning it doesn't take a lot of time and effort to cook if you're trying to hang out in the pool, have a drink, enjoy your friends.
Right.
Hot dogs don't get enough love. They just don't.
Nope. I mean, they're quick. They're easy.
They can be elevated.
Yep. I don't know why they don't get more love. And, well, I do know why. I mean,
it's the same stereotype. It's kind of breaking that stereotype.
It's a stigma that they're trash food. I mean, that what the contents of a hot dog are just not quality. So
I think one of our next cookouts is going to be a hot dog bar. We're going to see if we can elevate the hot dog and get some people to go, those were pretty good.
Yeah.
I think we can do it.
Yep. It's a good idea.
So there's a golf course in California that does a burger dog, which I'm very curious about. So it's high quality ground beef.
Okay. In a casing?
Put in a casing.
Okay.
You grill it just like a sausage, but they call it a burger dog. And, they say it's tradition that at the turn, you have to have a burger dog. Never had a burger dog, but I probably will in the near future. I know a guy here in town that can probably make them for us, Todd Green.
Yeah. Sounds like it would be delicious. I mean, so when does a hot dog turn into sausage?
That's why I say I think sausage is a hot dog.
Okay, so
I think anything that you put in a link is a hot dog.
Because I see people making. They are home sausage makers, and I see them making what they call a hot dog, and I'm like, that's not a freaking hot dog. That's a sausage. So, but I think hot dog is,
to me, it's
finely ground meat, cased, but with a certain seasoning. You're not like a lot of sausages. You're putting in a lot of other
sage and
other stuff that's not in a hot dog. So but there's still a linked meat.
To me, what makes it a hot dog is it's got to be a linked meat eaten on a bun.
Okay,
that makes it, because otherwise it could be just sausage and peppers.
Yeah.
Because what do you call?
Because when I make that at home, I call it a sausage sandwich. I don't call it a hot dog.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask you. When you have a bratwurst in a big nice hoagie roll, because it's a little bit bigger,
I don't call that a hot dog.
What do you call it?
I call it a bratwurst.
Just a bratwurst.
Yep.
Yeah,
and it's a given that it's on a bun.
Yeah. Well,
so
here in the States, it is.
No, that's what I mean.
That's what I mean.
If I'm going to eat a bratwurst like that, it's going to be in a bun, and I just.
People in Germany are going, no. You got a nice bratwurst like that. You put it over some sauerkraut and, you're having dinner with that. You tell me, hey, I'm going to make bratwurst tonight. I'm going, we're putting that on a bun with some sausage.
Yeah.
I mean, with some peppers and onions and mustard. And yeah.
Absolutely.
That's my first thought.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny.
Yeah, because I'll make, I have smoked venison sausage made every year.
Oh, yeah.
And so I call when we have, we have that in that form.
Well,
it's just not hot dog.
But you're right. That brings up a great point. There's some sausages you don't eat in a bun.
Yeah. But we eat that in a bun. I'll make it either grilled or we just had it this past week.
Right, but your jalapeno sausage you're not eating in a bun.
No, not typically.
Yeah.
But the spicy garlic venison, yeah.
All day.
Yeah.
Here's one that I don't think you'll eat in a bun. You ready?
Yeah.
Boudin.
No. No.
Everybody may not know what boudin is, but it's got pieces of meat in it with some rice.
Yeah,
it's
basically dirty rice stuffed into a casing. But,
yeah.
But traditional boudin has pig liver, ground pig liver, or or calf liver.
Yeah.
Along with pork, ground pork, and it just tends to have a little stickier consistency once you cook it. It's not a dry ground.
Are you a fan of boudin?
I love boudin.
Do you really? Mm-hmm. Favorite way to eat it?
My favorite way to eat it is put it in the oven, high heat, 400, 450, till the casing gets crisp. Right before it pops.
Okay.
So it's
That's what she said.
so it's crisp. I bring it out, slice the casing open, pour either Louisiana hot sauce or Tabasco down the middle of it, and I eat it with saltine crackers.
Oh, really?
And dill pickles and white onion.
Nice.
And that's a meal there.
We're kind of off. It's in the casing, so it's kind of in that. We're kind of off real quick. I'll get right back. But my favorite way to eat it is I buy it not in casings. Mm-hmm. I buy the blocks of it, and then I like a boudin ball.
Fried?
Yep. Deep
form
fried,
the ball.
Yep. Batter it.
Roll it in flour. And
make a nice hot sauce. And yep.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to the wieners.
Yep.
That's what she said.
All right. How do we want to finish this up? Talking about the hot dog. Okay, I think we're going to wrap this up, Dave, by going through some of the... We talked about the Chicago dog in detail.
Right.
I think going through some of the other states or cities that are known for a hot dog or have a version of a hot dog might be interesting. And I was looking up the New York dog, and because I didn't have any idea what was traditionally on a Chicago dog for whatever reason is at least in the States very, very famous, and probably outside the States I would probably guess.
Yep.
But a New York dog, you always hear about the vendor more than the the experience of buying a wet dog
on the street.
On the street.
Yep.
What it's traditionally topped with, I had no idea, but looking it up, a traditional Big Apple hot dog is topped with spicy brown mustard and either a sauerkraut or onions sauteed with tomato paste, which John Fodera mentioning that Sabret onions is exactly what that is. So actually sounds pretty freaking good.
Absolutely. I'd love to give it a try.
Right up my alley. You want to guess? Here's a topping we didn't mention, but I'm not shocked, and I'm leading you here a little bit, for a California dog.
Tofu?
This is, well, it doesn't say that it's made out of tofu. I think it actually is a hot dog. But the toppings, what do you think goes on a California dog?
Oh, my God.
Wouldn't
even know where to start.
Right, here we go. You ready? Hot dogs in California have a delicious twist with the flavor of creamy avocado. Feta cheese gives them the taste of summer, and that's what they're made for. So creamy avocado and feta cheese on your hot dog in California. I mean, I'm not opposed to trying that.
Yeah, I'm not going to hate on it until I try it.
I asked you earlier, is there a topping that, I wouldn't think would go on a hot dog that people might... Avocado is one of them. I would have never thought avocado on a hot dog.
Me either, but
I'm kind of okay with it.
Same, but I'm thinking feta cheese on a hot dog? I love me some feta cheese.
I love feta cheese.
But that would be one that I would... It's like, really, on a hot dog?
Let's talk for a second. Cheese is on a hot dog. You're typically a cheddar.
I am like a grated or shredded cheddar.
I'm not. I said I'm not typically a cheese guy, but if I had to go a cheese on a hot dog, I'm curious how a blue cheese would hold up.
Oh man, that's one of my favorites. So.
I love a blue cheese, that pungent blue cheese.
Yep.
I'm trying to think what would go with that in a hot dog.
What else? How could that not be good?
That might be something to try. You know what, the Tallahassee dog? No, they don't have one. That's just the state dog. Well, that's it. I think California.
Yeah, I mean, there aren't too many cities that are known for hot dogs. I think we pretty much covered them with Chicago, Detroit, and New York.
I saw a lot of these, and I went, wait, Georgia has a state dog? What's the dog? It ain't a hot dog.
Not a hot dog.
So... I'm not surprised California has one. Is Houston famous for any? Does Texas have a famous hot dog?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I'm going to look it up because I'm curious. I've lived here 20-some years and have never heard of what would be called, even a place that's known in Texas for,
right.
Other than a, on the corner kind of place. I don't think Houston has a hot dog restaurant that's like, if you come to Houston, you got to get a dog from there.
No, and it seems like every one that opens doesn't last.
Yeah, again, back to the...
It's because, people here, it's like they could eat Mexican food 3 nights a week, go out to eat, order pizza in, but it doesn't seem like anybody's really dying for a hot dog. Hey, let's go out to eat and eat a hot dog.
So it sounds like the most famous hot dog in Texas is not even what we call a hot dog with the bun.
Yeah.
It's 2 dogs split, grilled on a plate of baked beans with fried potatoes, cool macaroni salad, spicy chili sauce, mustard, and chopped onions. First time this was served, it was at Heidi's in 1917, and they've been selling these ever since. Sounds like a Texas version of Hot Dogs Rancheros.
Yep.
To me.
Yeah. So there you go. There's a bunless hot dog. That's the way you do it.
Yeah. I guess that might be the best way to eat a hot dog. My blue box mac and cheese sounds like crap compared to that now. Well, hopefully we got people thinking about hot dogs a little bit, and maybe they go, we need to give it a little more love. Maybe we need to, next weekend, have some friends over and grill out some hot dogs.
Yeah. Elevate it.
Make hot dogs good. If you listen to the episode and you're in our Facebook group, post some pictures next time you cook a hot dog. I want to see what you come up with, some elevated hot dogs, and I think we'll kind of put something together and have a little weenie roast.
I think we should.
A weenie roast. That's what we called it back in in Missouri. Start a little fire out in the yard, and that didn't sound right. Controlled fire out in the yard, and weenies, and then you had your marshmallows.
On a stick?
On a stick, and then your marshmallows and your s'mores after.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, that was fun talking about hot dogs, Dave. I think we did it a little justice. I think we're making people think a little bit about getting that back as a summer
I definitely need to think about it a little more often.
Absolutely. A lot of fun. Thanks, Sandra, for suggesting the episode.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody, for listening to that episode of Food, Wine, and Whiskey in Your Own Backyard. And until our next episode, eat another hot dog.